What's happening, boxing fans? And thank you for joining me on this journey as I'm losing close to 28 pounds. And so far, so good. Weighed in at 215 the first night that I started this journey. Of course, we're gearing towards our April 27, 2024 fight with Shawn McFadden at the Berwick High School at 6 p.m. Okay, so here's what I did. So far, I've been taking 2 protein shakes in the morning and mid-afternoon. I love fasting. It just feels better for me. Some people like the other way. I don't. I just feel like it takes the weight off faster. And fasting is actually very good for you. Then after I do that, I'll have a nice meal closer to about 5 o'clock. Now that's going to change a little bit because I'm going to be baking at night now. My ex-father-in-law is going through surgery, so he will not be able to help me out here. So I'm going to be delivering at night, so I have to switch that a little bit, possibly working out when I get back at about 2 a.m. in the morning. So everything changes a little bit for the next couple of months. I won't be getting into the sparring until mid-February. A couple things in the boxing world. This weekend, Jaime Mungia against John Ryder. I look at that fight pretty interestingly. John Ryder fought very well against Canelo, but he was basically one-dimensional, I think, against Canelo. Mungia, I like Mungia. I think he's 42 or 40 something and 0. I think he's 42 and 0. Big puncher, fought a lot of fights. And they do that in Mexico. They do that because they're fighting. They're not fighting for, Olympic gold medals, national title. They're not doing that. They're doing that to feed their families. So there's a little bit of a difference there. I could remember a fight that I'd witnessed where one of our guys was fighting someone from Mexico. And they said, our guy was undefeated. And they said, your guy fights for titles, my guy fights for food. And that guy had about 5 or 6 losses. And our guy was stopped because he was right. It's different. When you fight for food, it's a little different. There's a little bit of a difference there. So how do I see the fight going? I do see Mungia winning, but there is a slight chance I think John Ryder could put on a better performance than you think. Excuse me. Only because Mungia's fight style he is wide. He's really wide. He's an exciting fighter. He fights, if you're going to watch TV to watch a fight, Mungia is a guy who I believe is a guy that I would love to watch, all day, every day. Good fighter, but he is a little tended to get wide and throw a lot of crazy shots. Every now and then he could get hurt. I don't think John Ryder has the punch to get him out of there if he's not hurting Canelo at a weight where he was comfortable at. I don't think he's going to be able to hurt Mungia. So my prediction would be Mungia probably between 6 to 8 to get him out of there. People are saying that John Ryder is a guy who has a great chin, who has durability, which I do agree with. However, I think some of these fights have taken a lot out of him, and I think he gets stopped. So that is my wrap up for today. Tomorrow, I will give you more boxing news. Hopefully, I'm going to have a couple people on to find out what the news of the day is in the boxing world. We have a couple of fights coming up that are going to be tremendous. This weekend is Brandon Bulletproof Glanton going for the WBO International Cruiserweight Championship, and that's a fight that'll be on Fight TV. I'll give you all the information for that prior to the fight. We are pulling for Brandon, a great guy, tremendous guy, humble, and a beast of a fighter. That being said, guys, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours. Thanks for coming on this journey. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand Podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.